Welcome to Mama Cat's Home, and welcome to the 4th week of Croctober. So this will be my 4th meal out of this book. I had not planned to do all of them out of this book whenever I first started thinking about doing Croctober this year. I had thought about doing them out of other things and stuff like that, but we've just found so many in this book that we wanted to try that's why I've chosen it every time. So today I'm doing the Easy Jambalaya. It's on page 184 if you can find this book. It's a 2012 Southern Living Big Book of Slow Cooking. I bought it from Ollie's, which is like a discount store, and I bought it for I think $4. So it's really simple. All you do is, I'm going to go over the recipe first. You have to have 2 pounds of skinned and boned chicken thighs, 1 pound of smoked sausage cut into 2-inch slices, which I think Jeff cut them a little bit smaller than that whenever he was doing it, because I just told him that we needed some sausage, and he was already doing sausage for breakfast a few days ago, so he went ahead and cut it up for me, and I'm not going to complain, because I didn't tell him what size. I just said some slices of smoked sausage. So anyway, and he likes jambalaya. He's eaten it a lot, so maybe that's the size he likes. 1 8-ounce container of refrigerated pre-chopped celery, onion, and bell pepper mix. Now, I didn't do that. I chopped my own because 1 is cheaper, 2 it's cheaper. No, actually, I just like doing it myself, because whenever you buy it pre-chopped in the produce section, I don't know who else touched it, so I'm weird like that, so I just do it myself. So anyway, I'm going on. 1 28-ounce can of diced tomatoes, undrained. Now, I don't have a 28-ounce can of diced tomatoes. All I had was crushed and I think stewed. So I just grabbed 2 15.4. No, wait a minute. Where are they at? Oh, they're already over here. I already washed the tops. 14.5 ounce can. So that makes 29 ounces. 1 ounce is not going to hurt anything. 3 garlic cloves chopped. I'm just going to use my garlic out of my refrigerator. 1 tablespoon of Cajun spice mix. 1 teaspoon of dried thyme. 1 teaspoon of dried oregano. 3/4 pound peeled extra large raw shrimp. That will be for later. And 1 3/4 cups of converted rice, which I did find out what converted rice was, and I talked about it on my prepping for the week video. It is just rice that's faster to cook. So I'm going to get everything opened and ready so I can just put it in the pot. I guess it's a pot. Yeah, it's a crock pot. I'm going to get it all opened up, like the spices and all that stuff, because I don't have it open, and I'm going to have it ready to just share it with you. And I'm going to have to move the camera too so you can see the crock pot. And I'll share how I do that part, or put it together. And also, there will be a link in the description where I type this out for you guys to just print it off. It's just a free printable that you can just use, because I have not been able to find any of these recipes online that are from this book. So I'm going to get that done, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I wanted to share this with you guys. It's a little tip to get you prepared whenever you start to cook anything, whether it's in the oven, on top of the stove, crock pot, cassoury, instant pot, whatever you want to do. Go ahead and get everything open and ready for you if you're not prone to dumping and spilling and stuff like that. I'm okay with that stuff. I usually can keep myself from making a huge mess. So over here, I did want to show, I already have the rice out. I shared this in my prepping for the week video, and I'll try to remember to put an iCard up for that. And I went ahead and got rice out. Now, this is too much rice for what I need for this recipe, but we always like to cook extra rice because it's a good thing to have for a side dish or a quick meal, you know, with a little can of chicken or something. And this is the rest of the chicken broth for cooking this, and I'll use that to cook my rice with instead of water. It'll give it more flavor, and it won't be wasting the chicken broth, because if I stick this in the refrigerator, I may not use it within 14 days, but if I use it today, it will be not wasted. So here's everything, and Jeff is going to hold the camera for me and film so that I'll have a better angle, because normally he's not here, but he's off today, so he can help me do this part. Okay, so the recipe calls for 2 pounds of skinned and boned chicken thighs. I'm not sure how much is here. Jeff just skinned it and boned it, because that's another thing we do. We don't normally buy things. If it's cheaper to buy it with the bone and skin, we do that, and he just debones it and stuff like that. And I keep all that bone and all that stuff for making stock with later, which I haven't had that stuff lately because we've been buying a lot of chicken breast. So I don't know if that is actually 2 pounds, but I think it's close. It may be more. Do you think it's more than 2 pounds?
That'd be good.
I know it'll be good, but that's not the point. All right, and this is the sausage that I talked about that Jeff cut up. It's supposed to be 1-inch pieces, but I didn't tell him that because I didn't know that whenever I didn't look at the recipe to tell him that day. I just said go ahead if he wanted to cut it up. So it's supposed to be 1 pound. Is that 1 pound? Did you do 1 pound? Okay, well, either way, he won't care. He's eating a lot of jambalaya, so I think so he knows what size it needs to be, I guess.
We just do it by eyeball.
All right, and this is the peppers, onions, and the celery that I cut up. Now, it does call for the kind that you cut up yourself. I mean, that you get cut up already. But like I said, I like to do it myself. That way I know how it's cleaned, and also it's cheaper. All right, now I can put this away because I don't need it anymore. And then the 28-ounce can of tomatoes, diced, undrained. You just pretend like this is one big can, because like I said, I don't have 2. Or I don't have 1 of those. I don't know what I'm saying, but I want that tomato to come out. Got it. Don't like to leave things behind. I probably should have kept the other, but I'll keep it this way. Now I'm going to put in, it calls for 3 cloves of garlic. And I'm just going to eyeball it out of here. I don't know how much this is supposed to be for a clove. It doesn't say. So we like garlic, so we're just going to let it go. You think this is too much or not enough? That's good? Okay. I'll leave my spoon in there. Okay, I keep wanting to put the lids back on, because that's normally what I do. The 2 cups of broth, the chicken broth, is what it calls for. Ah, please don't fall in. Oh no, it almost did it. Stay there. Now my hand's wet. Good thing I have that there to dry it on. Okay, 1 tablespoon of Cajun mix. The hard part is this is the bold Creole seasoning. We have the normal of this kind, the Tony's Chacheries or Chacheries, or however you say it. Anyways, we have the regular kind, but we just wanted to use the bold because it's got a little extra something in there. But the problem is you can't do that. So if I get a little bit more, it'll be okay, I guess. Why am I shaking? That's spicy. My nose. 1 tablespoon. Okay. Jeff probably would have added more, but we're going to just do it with what the recipe says. Okay. 1 teaspoon of dried thyme. And I had actually ran out of my thyme, and we couldn't find it. And then whenever we did find it, we found one thing in that. Look at the label. It's all kind of messed up and wrecked, but that's okay. That's the only one we could find, so we're just doing it. And then 1 teaspoon of dried oregano leaves. So that's all you're going to do for now. And because I'm me, I want to stir it around a little bit to get those spices inside. It does not say to do that, but I'm doing it anyway. And you just put it in your slow cooker and turn it on low for 5 hours. So what I'm going to do, because my slow cooker does not have a timer on it, I'm just going to use the timer on the stove. So grab my lid. Come down here. And I'm going to put it on low. Can you see that? Probably not. Alright, so on low, And we're going to let it cook for 5 hours, and then we'll come back and share with you the next part. But part of the next part is already having the cooked rice. I think it's supposed to be cooked, or maybe not. That's the other recipe we're going to do next time. So, I guess the rice goes in uncooked. Okay, well, whenever we come back, I will share putting in the shrimp and rice and tell you what you're supposed to do next. I wanted to say something real quick because I just told you I messed up. Because I was thinking the rice was already supposed to be cooked. That's for another recipe that we're cooking and we're sharing with you guys for next Friday. And so it's not supposed to be cooked. So I won't use that broth for the rice, but I will use it for something before the 14 days is up because I don't like to waste it. But if I find that in 7 days or so that I haven't used it, I will pour it into something and freeze it. That way we won't waste it. But I just wanted to tell you guys that before I got on to the next part because I had said the other stuff, which was wrong because I was confusing two recipes. So, just want to let you know that. And we'll be back whenever it's time to put the rice and the shrimp in the pot. Okay, it's been 5 hours and I have come over here, whatever the word is. I've come over here and stirred it a few times just to see how it was doing and all that stuff. Some of the chicken has come apart, but not all of it. So I was going to kind of break it up a little bit now. I've got my rice measured and I have my shrimp thawed. And it's 12 ounces of shrimp, which is 3/4 of a pound. So the chicken is still a little bit big in some spots, but that can be broken up while you're eating it, I guess. Or taken apart while you're eating it because the flavor's all in there. So I'm going to go ahead and put the rice in. It's 1 3/4 cup of rice, and then I'm going to stir it on up. Then it is 3/4 of a pound, 12 ounces of shrimp, and it says to use peeled extra large raw shrimp. So that's what that is. I did take the tails off because these had tails on them. And now what you do is make sure all your shrimp are in there because you want them to be cooked. And hopefully the rice will get cooked. But now what you do is you turn it on high for 30 minutes. And then whenever that 30 minutes is up, you need to check your rice. That's the only thing that I would think. I know the shrimp will get done in that amount of time, but I don't know about the rice. So I'm going to turn it on high, and then I'm going to let it sit here for another 30 minutes, and then it'll be time to eat. Okay, so this is a lot more than 30 minutes later because we use regular rice. I actually did end up putting the rest of that broth in too, which was 2 more cups. So I recommend either pre-cooking the rice a little bit, getting the converted rice, or going ahead and adding the broth and the rice and let it cook for a while, and then add the shrimp and let it cook for another 30 minutes. Because it's been another, how long has it been?
Oh.
It's been another hour longer than it was supposed to be. But this is what it looks like. And Jeff said this is what it's supposed to look like. So I take his word for it. He's eaten it a lot. So I'm going to dish some up for him to try, and then I will finish the video up. Now he's going to try it and let us know what he thinks. What does that mean?
Good.
Does it taste like it's supposed to? Does it taste like any jambalaya you've ever eaten before? Is it crunchy from the rice?
No.
No, it ain't crunchy from the rice. Hopefully it's cooked all the way through. Anyways, does it taste like anything you've ever had before?
Yeah, right.
Is it spicy enough? Do you need some hot sauce?
Yeah, I would probably spice it up.
Well, do you think we should use more of the Creole seasoning next time if you want it spicier? What do you think? Because I know you don't want to be on camera. Well, you hadn't tasted it yet, have you? Okay, he can't say anything. He hadn't tasted it yet.
Pretty hot.
Yeah, it's hot, as in heat, because it's just been cooked. So it is something you would want again.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and I'll get Noah's after. I'll get Noah's thoughts later because I don't know. You weren't supposed to shove it in your mouth like that. Did you burn yourself? When you burn yourself, you can't taste properly. Okay, so Noah is tasting it, and I'm not going to record him because he doesn't like to be recorded. And so it's a keeper, Jeff says, and he's the one that likes it. I myself am not eating it because I don't like jambalaya. I made this for them, but it's just something that I do sometimes. I'll make certain things that they like, then they can take it to work and stuff like that. Selena has already eaten something, and so have I. She's not eating this either. So if you want to try it, like I said, I will have the recipe in the description below. And Jeff has tasted lots of different kinds of jambalaya, and he likes this one. I've never had a recipe to do it from scratch, so now I do. But like I said, if you are going to do this with just regular white rice, either cook it about 3/4 of the way through and then put it into your pot, or put it into your pot with some extra chicken broth and don't put the shrimp in until 30 minutes before it's done, or just get the converted rice, because I didn't even know there was such a thing. I mean, I knew there was 10-minute rice and stuff, which is what converted rice is, but I didn't know that's what it was called, and I've never really bought that because I just buy regular rice. So that is all I have for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, make sure you go ahead and subscribe and hit the bell so you'll be notified whenever I upload. Hit the like button. Leave me a comment down below. Do you have a jambalaya recipe that you enjoy? And if you do, and you would like to share, and you make videos, then let me know that, and I can put it, possibly, I can like tell people about it or something later. And if you are one of the ladies that is joining me with Croctober for this month, then go ahead and let me know that your video is ready, and I will put it on the playlist. Make sure you guys check the playlist out. I have it as Croctober 2020. And again, thank you for watching, and remember, don't take any wooden nickels, and be sweet.